has warned NASA of stiff action should the opposition coalition cause mayhem following its threat to boycott the general election. Government spokesman Kibera has further told off the opposition for demanding that IEBC withdraws an appeal challenging a ruling that the electoral body should not alter presidential results from constituencies.
One, they are a blatant attempt to interfere with the judicial process and to influence the conduct of our courts, contradicting the opposition's rhetoric about the necessity and merits of an independent judiciary. These threats bear the risk of slowing down IEBC momentum as the Commission prepares to conduct a free, fair, and credible election. We wouldn't want from the government sector anybody with the following to try and set that following against elections.
In other news, with this steep rise in food prices pushing the cost of popular meals beyond the means of many Kenyans, necessity is forcing painful austerity measures. Mercy Kandie visited Kibera for a first-hand account of the increasing struggles of putting food on the family table.
In her one-roomed house, Lucy Mora, a widow, is consumed by thoughts of food, thoughts of just what, if anything, her children will eat for today. Times are tough, she says.
Maziwa sinunui hata kabisa. Sasa nawatengenezea strong.
The cup of black tea with no milk or sugar serving as a tasteless symbol of what life has become for her and many Kenyans struggling to fend for themselves and their families. A bitter taste she's learning to get used to.
Nakuta kama kaunga kako kidogo nawaambia si tukoroge uji. Maade bila sukari nawaambia nami nawawekea kikombe wanakunywa tu. Tunarara.
The very best options as a mother for her children adjusting to the high cost of living.
Umge imepanda, mahindi saa hii ni 170 plus kusiaga ni 180.
One of a child's reading timetable hangs on the wall, clearly indicating dinner time. What her mother knows is never certain.
Halafu bila maisha imekuwa ngumu, hatutupangi hii ugali. Tunaweka hivi, halafu mtoto hata atirisi akikuja jioni ndio namkatia kidogo. Halafu namwambia kata kabisa kadogo upakishie mwingine ndiye akule.
Food, she says, is more than just having a full stomach.
Mtoto akisa kula akishiba ndiye anaanza kukusikia, lakini kama asipi anaona kitu gani unamwambia.
She's had to forgo meals for her children. There's been worse days.
Sasa zingine hata inaishanga bila mimi kukula. Na nyamaza tu.
With inflation pushing basic food commodity here beyond many pockets, meat is a luxury reserved for special occasions.
Sina pesa kuna nyama, huwa wanakuwa na tamaa kula nyama. Alafu tatu ninunue na kasukuma nipitishe ndani, wasikie nyama inanuka. Ilikuwa December, Christmas, mpaka wa leo.
It's a shared story here in Kibera, nothing out of the ordinary. Tucked in the tiny corridors of Kibera is Onyango's shop, popular with the residents due to the low prices. But things have changed.
204. Sukari ya paketi tulikuwa tunauza hapa na shilingi 80. Kilo moja, kilo mbili 160. Kilo sasa kilo mbili tunauza 350 na ipatikani.
Lucy Mora goes about her water selling business. The taps have been dry for a while now. The rainy season is nigh. Her business will hopefully pick up, what she says might enable her to provide for her 7 children. The high cost of living here for those who live under $1 a day is not just mere conversation, but it's the reality of life. Many here say something should be done as soon as now. Mercy Kandie, Citizen TV, Kibera, Nairobi County.
Thank you, Mercy. Now, elsewhere, women from 35 countries met in Nairobi for the Pan-African Women's Conference, where they decried many hurdles that stand in the way of participation of women in politics. The leaders are calling for more efforts to implement affirmative action policies. Sylvia Chibet reports.
Despite all odds, women in the continent are making their voices heard.
Because I have witnessed a few cases of women offering themselves to run for political offices. And as soon as they make the pronouncement, they start getting intimidated. I say stop.
Yet the just concluded party primaries puts Kenya a long way away from achieving the requisite 2/3 gender rule through an exclusive electoral process. Even then, the prospect of at least one female governor in the next Council of Governors after Joyce Laboso, Wavinya Ndeti, Charity Ngilu and Anne Waiguru, who will face off with Martha Karua, secured party tickets to vie on August 8, is seen as a milestone. The women rights organizations, however, say this illustrates the glaring gap that exists in women involvement in politics and decision-making platforms.
It has been more than 20 years since Beijing Platform for Action was adopted. SDG is not the first commitment on gender equality. There have been so many other commitments, including Maputo Protocol on this continent. But in terms of transitioning those into real actions and transforming women's lives, I would say that the progress is extremely slow.
Here at home, the 2/3 gender rule that would ensure parity in all elective and appointive positions remains a legal and political hot potato.
Parliament was given 3 years. From 2012 to 2015, nothing happened. People went back to court again. Now the court has ordered in the next 2 months, we must enforce the 2/3 gender rule.
They say women empowerment is not a favor, but a development issue, and a critical one at that, according to former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan. Sylvia Tibet, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Sylvia. Now, 2 suspects were dramatically arrested after seeking treatment for injuries sustained during a robbery in Murang'a County. The 2 men were injured by a KDF soldier who bravely fought them off before they allegedly overpowered and killed him. Wilkis Nyabwa has that report.
A somber mood engulfed this homestead in Kigwaya village, Murang'a County, the news of the death of 2 family members sinking in. Daniel Chege, a KDF soldier and a father of 2, and his 52-year-old mother Grace Wangari were killed after attackers raided the homestead. Armed men are reported to have broken into the house. Chege put up a spirited fight, injuring his attackers before he was killed. Chege's mother and wife were also injured in the incident and were rushed to hospital. However, in a twist to the tale, 2 suspects were arrested in connection with the attack after they sought treatment at the Thika Level 5 hospital, the very same hospital where Chege's mother and wife had been rushed.
Huyu mama mwenye kuadhiriwa alikuwa kwa kitanda, ndio akaona nguo yake moja, fulana yake moja, huyu mzee, huyu kijana amefungwa naye hapa, ndio utumbo usitoke. Sasa tukaita polisi, tukamwambia hii fulana ni yetu, ni ya huyu mama, na hiyo ilikuwa juu ya mesa, na ndio alichukua akajifunga naye.
Chege's mother later succumbed to her injuries. One suspect is now in police custody, while the other is under tight security at the hospital where he is receiving treatment. Meanwhile, in Nairobi, 2 suspects were arraigned in court and charged with profiting from the proceeds of human trafficking. Ali Hussein Ali and Ibrahim Mukhtar Absheikh are reported to have registered a company under the name Absheikh, which lured youth with promises of a lavish life in foreign countries, only to sell them into captivity, with their organs harvested for export to India and China. The 2 were released on a bond of 100,000 shillings each. The case will be heard on the 1st of August. Wilkis Nyabwa, JKL.
Thank you, Wilkister. Now, Karen Hospital Heart Run 2017 edition has been launched. The initiative targets to raise 50 million shillings to assist Kenyans with heart ailments. Here's a report.
The growing risk posed by heart ailments inspired by the establishment of the Heart to Heart Foundation more than 2 decades ago. A charity arm of Karen Hospital, the initiative has eased the burden of many Kenyans over the years in a country where the cost of treatment is beyond the reach of many families. Patients with heart ailments fork out between 350,000 to 1.3 million shillings for surgery.
And if I get a chance to meet the president one day, I'll ask only for one favor. Please waive off the VAT on medical equipment.
The foundation's executive director, Mrs. Juliet Nyaga, says it has for several years transformed lives of children with heart conditions.
We're going to do the heart run, and we're encouraging everyone, please come and be a part of it. Buy your t-shirt, or as a corporate, do a donation.
Ms. Renee Macau, Corporate Affairs Executive at Royal Media Services, says the initiative's life-changing mission is remarkable.
Our support basically comes in the form of airtime, and this time round we're going to be partnering through our Citizen TV platforms and by Radio Hot 96, and also we will be giving the same support on digital platforms.
Royal Media Services, which owns Citizen TV, has been the foundation's official media partner for the last 5 years.
We are happy also to have Citizen and Royal Media. They are always there, covering and helping us.
This year's Heart Run has a target of raising 50 million shillings. Registration for the event, which takes place on the 13th of May this year, is ongoing.
Time for a quick break. Now, take a look at this picture. Could the man on the left be the same as the man on the right? Could Sonko, the flashy thug life type guy, be that conservative, business-looking individual? Well, you make the call. You know he's our guest tonight, and he's in the studio, and he's asking you for his vote to be governor of Nairobi County. In fact, we're asking you the question: is Mike Sonko the man to lead Nairobi County? I'm sure your tweets and texts are coming in thick and fast, because this man, as controversial as he is seeking your vote. Would you give it to him? Jeff Koinange Live. We'll be right back. Take a break. Plenty more ahead. Senator,
hi, bro.
You want to be governor?
Yeah.
You want to be governor?
Yes.
Why?
I've done so many things for the people. The people have been suffering. Bad leadership. They need good leadership.
Are you the good leadership?
Yes.
Are you the man?
Yes. My track record speaks for itself.
You be the judge. Jeff Koinange Live takes a break. Plenty more ahead. Don't even think of touching that dial, because you know we'll be back in a moment.